Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. You're thinking about getting a new laptop,
Sounds familiar.
right? And I bet you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all the choices out there.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It really is. Well, you've come to the right place because you've smartly gathered a whole bunch of articles and reviews.
Always a good starting point.
Yeah, for sure. Top 10 lists, in-depth reviews, even some head-to-head comparisons.
We've got a lot to work with.
We do. It's a lot to sift through, so let's just dive in and see if we can make sense of it all.
Sounds good to me.
All right. What do you think? Where should we even begin with all this?
Well, just looking at everything here, the first thing that jumps out at me is just how much laptop technology has advanced.
Yeah,
It's amazing what you can get now in terms of power and portability.
it's crazy.
Manufacturers are really pushing the limits.
Right. It seems like every laptop is promising to let you work or play anywhere these days.
Pretty much.
And speaking of anywhere, some of these battery life claims are just mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The MacBook Air M3 is advertising over 21 hours.
Wow.
I mean, is that even
Ugh.
real? Could you actually get through a whole day, maybe even a cross-country flight,
Yeah.
without needing to plug in?
You're not dreaming. It is real.
Wow.
The new M3 chip is incredibly energy efficient and paired with advances in battery technology.
Yeah.
These laptops can actually run for that long.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
It really makes you rethink what a laptop can do.
Right.
It's not just about portability anymore.
Definitely not.
It's about having serious power on the go.
Yeah. You can do pretty much anything anywhere.
And it's not just limited to Apple either.
No.
Battery life seems to be getting a major boost across the board.
Yep, across the board.
I'm also noticing that there's a wider range of screen sizes this year.
That's true.
We've got the classic 13-inch for ultimate portability,
Yep.
14-inch for a little more screen real estate,
Mm-hmm.
and even the LG Gram SuperSlim coming in at a whopping 15.6 inches,
Huge.
while still remaining incredibly light.
It really is remarkable how they've managed to keep it so light.
So how important is screen size?
Well, it really depends on what you'll primarily be using your laptop for.
Okay.
If you're someone who's always on the move, a smaller, lighter model might be your best bet.
Right.
But if you're working on creative projects or need to multitask with multiple windows open,
Yeah.
a larger screen can be a lifesaver even in a lightweight package.
So let's dive into some of the specific models you brought in.
Okay.
Right off the bat,
Mm.
I'm seeing the Microsoft Surface Laptop 7 being hailed as the best overall laptop for 2024.
Interesting.
I'm curious what's contributing to that. What makes it stand out?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one thing that makes it particularly interesting is Microsoft's decision to use the Snapdragon X Elite processor.
Okay.
This is a big shift because we're used to seeing Intel or AMD chips in most laptops.
Mm-hmm.
Snapdragon is really pushing the boundaries in these ultra-portable laptops
How so?
by offering fantastic performance while maximizing battery life.
Speaking of performance, the MacBook Air M3 is catching my eye.
It's a beautiful machine.
It's not just the sleek design that's impressive.
Yeah.
They're claiming it's twice as fast as an Intel Core i7.
Wow.
Twice as fast. Is that marketing hype, or is this thing really a speed demon?
Yeah.
What would that extra speed mean for someone using it every day?
It's definitely not hype.
Okay.
The M3 chip represents a huge jump in processing power, and you'd notice the difference immediately.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine opening a bunch of tags in your browser,
Mm.
or editing photos, or even doing some light video editing.
Okay.
The M3 just zips through those tasks. For
Okay.
everyday use, it's a real game changer.
Amazing. And remember that mind-blowing 21-hour battery life we talked about?
Yeah.
The M3 chip is a big part of that as well.
Huge part.
Okay, I'm starting to understand why it's getting so much buzz.
Yeah, it's a really impressive machine.
But wait, there's a catch, right? I remember reading something about the M3 MacBook Air having limited ports.
Yeah, that's something to consider.
Is that going to be a problem for people?
It depends. While the M3 MacBook Air delivers on performance and battery life, it only has 2 Thunderbolt ports and a headphone jack.
Okay.
For some people, that's plenty.
Right.
But if you're someone who needs to connect to a lot of external devices,
Yeah.
like monitors, hard drives, or even a wired mouse, you might need to invest in some adapters, which can be a bit of a hassle.
So maybe not the best choice for people who are constantly plugging things in.
Yeah, maybe not.
Let's move on to another popular choice, the Dell XPS 13 for 2024.
All right.
They're calling it tiny but mighty. And one feature that really intrigues me is something called capacitive keys.
Oh, yeah. Those are interesting.
Sounds super futuristic, but what does that even mean? Are they actually better than regular keys?
It does sound a bit like something out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it?
Right.
Capacitive keys are completely flat and use touch sensors instead of those traditional physical mechanisms that make the keys go up and down.
Interesting.
There's a bit of a learning curve because you're not physically pressing the keys in the same way. Yeah.
But they offer a more precise and responsive typing experience once you get the hang of it.
So a potential game changer for serious typers, but maybe not for everyone.
Right.
What else is new with the Dell XPS 13? Anything else that makes it stand out from the crowd?
The big thing with this model is how seamlessly it integrates with Windows 11.
Okay.
They've really optimized the hardware and software to work together flawlessly. And that Snapdragon X chip we talked about earlier is a big part of what makes the experience so smooth and responsive.
Yeah.
You can open a ton of applications, switch between tasks, and everything just flows effortlessly.
And then there are those display options.
Oh, yeah.
That 2.8K OLED touchscreen. Wow. The colors just pop, making it perfect for both getting work done and enjoying your favorite movies or shows.
Dell has a reputation for delivering stunning displays.
They do.
And they certainly haven't disappointed this year.
It's a visual treat for sure.
It is.
Now, I've got to ask about this LG Gram SuperSlim.
They're really emphasizing how light it is, even with a 15.6-inch screen and a 15-hour battery life.
It's unbelievably light.
Are they bending the truth here? Can a laptop with a large screen and long battery life really be that light?
The LG Gram SuperSlim absolutely lives up to its name.
Okay.
It's incredibly light, even with that large screen size. And here's the thing.
What's that?
It's not just about portability.
Oh,
This machine is packed with power, too.
Oh, boy.
We're talking an Intel Core i7 processor, 16 gigabit of RAM, and a 1 TB SSD.
Wow.
This isn't just a laptop for checking email and browsing the web.
No.
It can handle demanding tasks like video editing and graphic design with ease.
Wow, that's impressive. It's like they've combined the best of both worlds.
Yeah, they really have.
And hold on, I'm reading that it even passed those military-grade durability tests.
That's right.
That means it can handle a few bumps and drops, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's built to withstand the rigors of everyday life, which is a huge plus if you're someone who's always on the go.
Yeah, for sure. And here's something you might find interesting.
Okay.
The LG Gram SuperSlim also boasts some really strong collaboration features. It has features that make it easy to share files and connect with multiple devices seamlessly, which is perfect if you work closely with others.
Great for teams.
So whether you're a solo artist or part of a team, this laptop has you covered.
Pretty much.
Now, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the powerhouses designed for gamers and creative professionals.
Yeah, those are in a different category altogether.
You got some seriously impressive machines here, like the Asus ROG Strix G14,
Yeah.
the MacBook Pro 16 M3 Max, and the MSI Prestige 16 AI Evo.
Yeah, those are some serious machines.
These are in a different league, right? What sets them apart from the other laptops we've discussed?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
These laptops are in a league of their own when it comes to performance. They're
Yeah.
built to handle the most demanding tasks you can throw at them. Whether it's playing the latest games at the highest settings, editing 4K video, or creating complex 3D models,
Okay.
if you need raw power and specialized features, these are the machines to consider.
So if you're a serious gamer or a creative pro who needs top-of-the-line performance, these are the laptops that will deliver.
For sure.
But let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs that level of power, and not everyone wants to spend a small fortune on a laptop.
Right.
What about people who are looking for something more budget-friendly? What options are out there?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Not every laptop needs to be a powerhouse.
Right.
And there are some fantastic options available for those on a tighter budget.
Okay, like what?
Take, for example, this Lenovo Chromebook Duet 3.
Okay.
It looks pretty sleek and modern.
Yeah.
And the price is incredible.
How much is it?
It's only $249.
Wow, that's incredibly affordable. But can a laptop at that price really deliver a good experience? What are the compromises?
It might surprise you, but the Lenovo Chromebook Duet 3 offers a lot for the price. It's super versatile because it functions as both a tablet and a laptop thanks to its detachable keyboard.
Oh, that's cool.
And despite the low price, it boasts an impressive battery life of up to 10.5 hours.
Wow.
You can work or binge watch your favorite shows all day without worrying about finding an outlet.
So you're saying that even if you're on a budget, you don't have to sacrifice portability or battery life?
Nope, not at all.
But what about performance?
It runs on Chrome OS,
Okay.
which is Google's web-based operating system. This means it's perfect for tasks like browsing the web, working with online documents, streaming videos, and other everyday activities. if you primarily use your laptop for those kinds of tasks,
Okay.
the Chromebook Duet 3 could be a perfect fit.
It sounds like a great option for students or anyone who needs a reliable and lightweight machine
Yeah,
for primarily web-based activities.
exactly.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here today.
Yeah, for sure.
We've explored some of the latest trends in the laptop world, from those incredible advances in battery life and portability
Yeah.
to the emergence of powerful new processors and stunning displays.
It's an exciting time for laptops.
It really is. But I have a feeling there's more to this story, right? What other factors should people consider before making that final decision?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
There's a lot more to choosing the right laptop than just focusing on the flashy specs.
Right.
Stay tuned, because in the next part of this deep dive, we're going to uncover some of the hidden gems that often get overlooked but can make a huge difference in your overall experience.
Sounds good. I can't wait.
It's going to be good.
Welcome back. I'm excited to dive into some of those hidden gems you mentioned. What are we uncovering today?
Well, let's talk about something we often take for granted, the keyboard.
Yeah.
You might not think it's a big deal,
Yeah.
but trust me, a comfortable and responsive keyboard can make all the difference in your productivity and overall enjoyment of using your laptop.
I couldn't agree more. I've definitely experienced the frustration of a cramped keyboard with mushy keys.
Oh, yeah.
It's like trying to type on a marshmallow.
Exactly. And remember those capacitive keys we talked about on the Dell XPS 13?
Yeah.
That's one example of how manufacturers are experimenting with keyboard design. But even if we're talking about standard keyboards,
Okay.
there's a lot of variation in terms of key travel, spacing, and overall feel.
So how do you know what to look for in a keyboard? Short of going to a store and trying out every laptop, is there a way to figure out if a keyboard is going to be comfortable for you?
Reading reviews is always helpful.
Yep.
Reviewers often comment on the keyboard's comfort and responsiveness. Keep an eye out for words like tactile, clicky, or springy.
Okay.
Those usually indicate a satisfying typing experience.
Good tip. I also find that a dedicated number pad is a must-have for me.
Oh, yeah.
I do a lot of data entry and spreadsheets, and those extra keys are a lifesaver.
Absolutely. If
Okay.
you work with numbers frequently, a number pad can be a huge productivity booster. And while we're talking about productivity, let's move on to another crucial but often overlooked aspect: ports. Or in some cases, the lack of ports.
Right. It seems like some of these super slim laptops are sacrificing connectivity in the name of sleekness.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
We already talked about how the MacBook Air M3 might not be the best choice for people who need a lot of ports.
Right. If you rely on external monitors, hard drives, or even a wired mouse,
Yeah.
you'll need to check the port situation carefully before committing to a laptop.
Otherwise, you'll be drowning in dongles.
Exactly. You'll find yourself constantly using adapters, which can be a pain.
So are dongles just an inevitable part of the modern laptop experience?
For some laptops, yes. But some manufacturers are bucking the trend and offering a wider range of ports,
Okay.
even in their slimmer models. Remember the LG Gram SuperSlim we talked about?
Yeah.
It actually has 3 USB-C ports and a headphone jack, which is pretty generous these days.
It's all about finding that balance between portability and functionality.
Right.
So we've talked about keyboards and ports. What other hidden gems should we be on the lookout for?
Let's talk about audio.
Okay.
You might not think of a laptop as your primary entertainment system,
Yeah.
but if you enjoy watching movies, listening to music, or even just taking video calls, having decent speakers can really elevate your experience.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely cringed at the tiny distorted sound coming out of some laptop speakers.
I know, right?
It can really ruin a movie night.
Exactly. When you're reading reviews,
Okay.
look for laptops with speakers that offer clear audio and a decent amount of bass.
Okay.
Some manufacturers even partner with premium audio brands,
Well,
like Dolby Atmos or Bang & Olufsen, to really enhance the sound quality.
oh, now that's fancy. I'll have to listen for those. Speaking of audio, what about microphone quality? Is that something people should pay attention to?
It's more important than ever these days, especially with the rise of remote work and video conferencing.
That's true.
You want to make sure you sound clear and professional during online meetings. And a good microphone can make a huge difference.
True. Nobody wants to sound like they're broadcasting from inside a tunnel.
Right. And some laptops even have noise-canceling microphones,
Oh, wow.
which can be a game changer if you're working in a noisy environment.
Yeah.
They help filter out background distractions so the people on the other end of the call can hear you clearly.
So we've got keyboards, ports, speakers, microphones. Are we forgetting anything? It seems like there are a lot of details to consider when choosing a laptop.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
There are a lot of factors that contribute to a great laptop experience.
Yeah.
And here's another one that often gets overlooked: webcam quality.
Oh, yeah, the webcam.
It used to be an afterthought, but with so many people working remotely, a decent webcam is essential.
I remember those grainy, low-resolution webcams from a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
They made everyone look like they were in a witness protection program.
Thankfully, things have improved significantly.
Okay.
Many manufacturers are now offering webcams with higher resolutions, better low-light performance, and even features like background blur to make you look your best during video calls.
That's a relief. No more hiding in the shadows during Zoom meetings. So we've covered the hardware pretty thoroughly.
I think so.
What about the software side of things?
Yeah.
Does that play a role in choosing the right laptop?
Absolutely. We've talked about the different operating systems like
Wow.
Windows 11 and Chrome OS,
Mm-hmm.
but you should also pay attention to the pre-installed software that comes with the laptop.
Okay.
Some manufacturers load up their machines with bloatware,
Oh, yeah.
which can be incredibly frustrating.
I hate bloatware.
It slows down performance and clutters up your hard drive with programs you'll probably never use.
Ugh, bloatware. Is there any way to avoid it?
You can't always avoid it entirely, but some manufacturers are better than others when it comes to minimizing bloatware.
Okay.
Look for laptops that offer a cleaner software experience. It'll make your life a lot easier.
I'm all for a streamlined and efficient computing experience. It sounds like choosing the right laptop is about so much more than just looking at the processor speed and RAM.
Exactly. It's about understanding your individual needs and priorities and finding a machine that not only performs well,
Right.
but also enhances your workflow and overall computing experience.
We've uncovered a treasure trove of hidden gems today.
We have.
I'm starting to see that choosing the right laptop is a lot more nuanced than I initially thought.
It is.
But before we wrap up, is there anything else we absolutely need to consider before hitting that buy button?
There's one more crucial aspect we need to address.
Okay.
And it's something that often gets lost in the excitement of choosing a shiny new laptop.
All right.
We'll delve into that in the final part of our deep dive. Stay tuned.
Can't wait. Okay, we're back for the final part of our laptop deep dive. We've talked about specs, features, hidden gems. What's this last piece of the puzzle we need to consider before making that big purchase?
It's all about thinking long-term. We often get caught up in the excitement of a new gadget, but it's important to consider the overall value, not just the initial price tag.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do you actually measure something like long-term value? What factors should we be thinking about?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
You're not just buying a laptop for today. You're investing in a tool that you'll hopefully be using for several years.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's a smart investment. Things like the manufacturer's warranty, the availability of replacement parts down the line, and the brand's overall reputation for reliability and durability all play a part in that long-term value.
So it's not just about getting the best deal up front. It's about getting a machine that's going to last and won't end up costing you a fortune in repairs or replacements later on.
Exactly. A laptop with a longer warranty and a solid reputation for durability can save you a lot of headaches and money in the long run. And speaking of saving money, have you considered looking at refurbished or certified pre-owned options?
Oh, that's a great point. I sometimes forget about those options, but you can often find fantastic deals on slightly older models that are still perfectly capable of handling everyday tasks.
Absolutely. And if you buy from a reputable seller, they often offer warranties on refurbished devices, so you can have that extra peace of mind. Another thing to consider is future-proofing.
Okay.
Technology changes so rapidly.
It does.
So it's worth thinking about how long you want this laptop to last and how you might need to use it in the future.
So maybe spending a little more upfront on a machine with a more powerful processor or more RAM could be a wise investment in the long run.
It could.
Especially if you plan on keeping the laptop for several years.
It's definitely a strategy to consider. Investing in those future-proof specs can help ensure that your laptop stays relevant and can handle new software and applications as they come out. You won't feel the need to upgrade as quickly. And finally, don't underestimate the importance of personal preference.
Yes, the fun part. Choosing a laptop that not only fits your needs, but also reflects your personality and style.
Exactly. Think about the color, the design, the little details that make you smile every time you open your laptop. Those things might seem superficial,
Yeah.
but they can actually contribute to a more enjoyable and satisfying user experience.
That's such a good point. It's not just about practicality. It's about finding a laptop that you genuinely connect with and enjoy using. So to sum it all up, it sounds like choosing the right laptop is a holistic process.
It is.
We need to balance those exciting specs and features with those practical considerations like long-term value and personal preferences.
It's about finding that sweet spot where functionality, value, and personal style all come together. And when you find that perfect balance, you know you found the right laptop.
I think we've cracked the code. Armed with all this knowledge, I feel like anyone can navigate the sometimes overwhelming world of laptops and emerge victorious with the perfect machine in hand.
I agree. It's all about being informed, knowing what to look for. Happy laptop hunting, everyone.
And that brings us to the end of our laptop deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from exploring the latest trends and top contenders to uncovering hidden gems and emphasizing the importance of long-term value. I hope you feel empowered to make an informed decision and find the laptop of your dreams.
It's been a pleasure joining you on this journey. I always enjoy these deep dives.
As always, your insights have been invaluable. Thanks for diving deep with us. And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Don't forget to check out the show notes for links to all the resources we mentioned. And until next time, happy computing.